So, just a quick look at my Rad Power Bikes RadCity. So what I've added, I'm not sure about this thing. It's a bottle opener. It's a bottle opener and a holder of some sorts. It works, but I'm gonna need to get something from the handlebar. I think I'm gonna get the extender bars that go up 2 posts and then a post here to be able to put my phone holder up there. That way I can do forward or backwards videos. But I put my pump on and my bottle holder. Now, I typically just use regular water bottles, you know, that you buy from the store. And with these ties on here, that keeps that in there pretty solid. So this just Velcros on. So they're both are on the mounting point here. So both these can go on that one point, because that's the only mounting point that RadCity gives you for mounting anything. And I was kind of concerned, like, why would I want my water bottle so close to the ground with stuff splashing off the road? But we'll have to see how that goes, because I do have these mud guards here, so that should deflect the water, you know, away from the bike and away from my bottle here. So we'll just have to see how that goes. You know, I would like to get some type of bag that would hide this battery inside, but also give a pouch area here, but it will look like one single bag. But it gets pretty tight now that I have this here, and considering that's the only mounting point, if I covered that area, then I wouldn't have an area to mount. So I'll just have to see how it goes. I just don't like that battery so exposed. But that's the only addition I got. I did get the ride. I'll have some videos showing just a quick, very quick video of me riding. I use this little gun lock. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Use that little gun lock just to lock down the seats. I'm not going to leave that on there all the time, but whenever I go somewhere, I'll just keep that in the bag, and I could just lock it up real quick. Something's better than nothing. That's my 2 U-locks and cable. These are all too difficult, or I'm sorry, too thick to be able to go through that seat. It could go through that back seat, but that could just be cut. So we'll see. So what else do I need to get? I am looking, I want to get this helmet. I think it's called Laval. And it has like the blinkers on the back of the helmet. They're kind of expensive, but I am looking to do that, or some type of turn signal. I just like to be able to notify folk when I'm turning. This mirror is from my old bike. I've decided to keep my regular bike, and so I may get different mirror and put this one back on the old bike. So I'll get to ride again maybe tomorrow or Friday, because as you can see, I still have my bike at the office. I had it delivered here. It had to be home to sign for it, and I'm not too confident of the bike rack that I have on my car. I just have one of those bike racks that you hook up to the back of the hood, and this bike is just, it is heavier than my old bike, but I don't think it's that much heavier. But I still just don't have, I never really were quite confident with that with my last bike, and even less confident with this bike. So I still have to decide what I'm going to do regarding a bike rack and transporting this thing back and forth on the car. My wife's vehicle does have a hitch, and I'm thinking about getting her a RadCity Step-Thru or the Rad Mini, and so we'll need, you know, a stronger rack to carry both, you know, 2 bikes on anyway. So that's where I'm at. Just still trying to decide. I can't wait to get out into this on the roads here. Weather's starting to break. Mid-March here. So right now I have, if I turn this on, I have just 29 miles so far, just a couple of days of going out, testing it. I did do the pedal assist 2, because the first day I went out I did 3, and 2 was comfortable. 1 is still kind of a lot of work, but 2 I was comfortable with that. So far I keep this on 7, and switch between 2 and 3, but I think 2 should do good. But my biggest adventure, which I think I'm going to do the Friday before my birthday, I think I'm going to attempt to drive the total 40 miles from home down here on my off day. That way I don't have an obligation to be here at a certain time, just to see how that ride is. About 38 miles one way. So obviously I would have to charge my battery once I got here. So that is the plan, but cannot wait to get out on the road with this RadCity by Rad Power Bikes. So I took the ties out, just cut them off and used my Velcro straps, and this will stay in there on any ride. Just a standard water bottle. You can get it out, but that resistance is enough to keep it in there when you're riding, and you don't have to worry about a special water bottle that you have to clean. Just recycle these, throw a new one on, and you're good to go, good to go, good to go solo. All right, here with the iconic Joe Louis Fist. First night ride. It's just starting to get dark. About 48 degrees here in Motown. And first time I'm going to ride at night. We got the stock light on the top, and then my light on the back. There's the stock light. All right, so first night ride. We're at 29 miles to start. Let's see where we go from here. All right. So it looks like a pretty good night tonight. Got the Fox Theater here. We got Little Caesars Palace over there. We got America over there. Ford Field there. So it's like the hub. There's Hockey Town. We used to watch Bruce Lee movies here at the Fox Theater back in the day, before they restored it to its original beauty. Used to get a double feature, the Hot, Cool, and the Vicious. All kinds of movies, karate, kung fu movies down here. But it's amazing because it seems like you go real far on these bikes, and it can sometimes just be a couple of miles, because a couple of miles seems like nothing anymore with this electric. Turn this little light on. Forgot about this guy. There we go. Let him flash through his thing. No problem being extra seen. Oh, there's some Google. Google's down here. Alright, let me get back on the road. Right there we can look for Audi. Not bad at all today, about 48 degrees, so I don't have any long johns on, just jeans and jacket, some gloves and a hat and a helmet. It's not bad. It's amazing how high these handlebars are up to me. This is all the way up to my chest when I'm standing with the bar between my crotch. These stop signs gonna get me. Tell you, one hand ain't no joke. Just a weird sensation, you know, because when I pedal, I'm going at 16, 18 miles per hour. Pedal says 3. Just move my legs. Then when you let go and start coasting, it automatically starts to slow down. It's just weird that it does that. And it's not like a normal slow down, but you know, it's a little gripe, but it's not show stopping. You know, I love the bike, for sure. Highly recommend it. How you doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
Good. You can see us illuminating our path. Not a whole lot forward, but enough to hopefully not ride on some glass or other obstructions in the road. But this boardwalk is lit up, so can't really see, you know, the effects of the light completely. Look at these ice berms, ice in the water. Stop and let you see that. See if I shine my light from my bike over there a little bit. Just drifting down. I don't know if you can really see it. It's so dark, but there's huge chunks of ice just floating. There's a big piece there. So I can shine my light on it. Can't really get it close enough. Right in the center of the shot. Big chunk of ice just floating down the river. And I have to be careful to stop diminishing the amount of miles that I'm traveling on this bike, because you know, I go, oh, I've only gone 5 miles, you know, but I have to realize, see, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not driving with a, I'm usually riding my bike with a particular destination in mind, and so I'm used to driving these, you know, much larger distances, but 5 miles is huge, you know, on a bike for the majority of people. I mean, I hear people talking about I bought this bike specifically to commute to work and round trip. The round trip route is 5 miles, 3 miles, you know, much shorter distances. Because if you had to walk those things or even just ride a regular bike that same distance, for most people that can be quite a challenge. But with this bike, it's effortless if you so choose. So I had to remind myself of that fact, because I don't want someone to hear those things and think, oh, it's really not that big of a deal. It is a huge, gigantic deal that this technology is available at such an affordable price. Now, you know, I'm saying affordable price at $1,500 is could be cost prohibitive for a lot of people, but the reality of it is other e-bikes, the competition is twice, 3 times, or quadruple the price. So given those factors, this is an amazing thing that Rad Power Bikes have accomplished to get this price at the price that it is. Boy, it just seems like so much time should have elapsed. Is my watch not correct? I have to be sure of my time, because I have to go pick my daughter and my wife and daughter up. They're at the theater. They're at the theater seeing the play Hamilton. I don't know much about it, but they were very excited about it. I was just as excited to come down here to drive them, or I didn't drive them here, my wife drove, but to drive with them to so they wouldn't have to come out the theater alone by themselves at night. I was very thrilled to do that, because it gave me an opportunity to get back down to the office and do some cycling. So it's a little selfish of me. I would have done it either way. This way is just a lot more enjoyable than it would have been otherwise. I just would have came down here and sat for a couple hours in the office, possibly doing some work, instead of enjoying this beautiful night. So this is the park I went to the other day. I couldn't recall what the name of it was, but it's named after the street up here, and there's a sign somewhere close by. But there was a Gilbert family schooner, little water. I didn't realize it was a water attraction. So this park is called Mount Elliot. That's the name of the street. Mount Elliot Park Plaza. And it has a concession stand here with a big tinted or sail tops to create some shade in the otherwise shadeless environment. But this schooner over here, and then here's some, I'm assuming water comes out that area as well, so look like this is a station for water to spray as well. Yeah, I'm at 36 miles. I think I started at 29 maybe. My water bottle is holding up as it always does. So you don't have to go out and buy some fancy water bottle that you'll use a few times and then it ends up in a drawer or cabinet somewhere because you didn't wash it, or it wasn't machine dishwasher safe and got crud all in it. Just use your bottle of water that you normally use, and you can quench your thirst on the road. Oh, how did I get on pedal assist 1? I thought there was some challenges going on here. Yeah, it's just like I can't say it's just like a regular bike at 1. It's probably a little less than a regular bike that we picked up 2. I'm still full bars. Now earlier when I rode, the previous times, I had never, I did not charge the battery to completely full, because I didn't realize that the power brick, the power charging device for the battery actually had a red, the green light on it, 2 LEDs. I didn't notice that previously, so I had it upside down. I didn't see it, so I saw no indication when it was the charge, you know, what level was charged at. So this time I charged it fully, and so I talked about not getting 20 miles on that first ride, but I wasn't fully charged either. That was so tonight I obviously won't get the ability to check out what my distance, my full distance would be, but this is definitely promising that I have not even broken a sweat on the bike or the battery. So I always keep mine at 7, my speed set to 7, and I was doing it on 3, but now I've switched it down to 2, but probably would have no problem doing 3 most of the time. But what a lovely night. I won't make this light, will I? Let's put a little throttle on it, see what I get. Yep, made it. With veils on. So they built this, they've been building a lot more bike lanes. This is Jefferson Avenue that runs along east to west along the river. So it's nice to see more, and it's separated. I don't know if you can't really see it, but it has this green and white poles that separate traffic from you, and so that is pretty nice to have. So Detroit is definitely making a comeback, and it's good to see these type of amenities added back into the mix to allow its residents to enjoy. So I have a cheaper GoPro type camera that I had purchased for about 50 bucks, 2 batteries included, yada yada yada. I have no idea where I did with that thing, so I have to find that device and get that mounted up on the bike and be able to start doing some proper cycling videos. But this will have to do until I get off my lazy bum and find it. But I use what I have, and I have what I use. So big branch just sitting on the curb. No reason. So I need to get a mount. See, this mount mounts the improper way in order to be able to see anything on this bike. Would I be able to do it that way? I don't know. Let's try it. So we'll try this out. Get the gloves back on. Sounds like my nose is starting to run a little bit. I better run and catch it. I had a pair of running gloves that had lights on them, but one broke. So I just got the one that lights up. So you can see that. Lights up and flash and do all that fancy stuff. I'm not sure if you can hear me at all, but that's never stopped me before. If you ask my wife. Alright. So you can see they got the separation on the bike lane. This person's gonna make a right turn out in front of me. Pedal assist 2 on speed 7. I don't know if you can see the Rinsen Center coming up. Not the best location for this because, well, the wires, make sure my brakes can work. At 37 miles. I'm gonna kick this up to pedal assist 5 because I don't think I've ever really been in there much. Doing 21 miles per hour. Seems pretty fixed on that. 21.5, 21.6 miles per hour seems to be. 21.7, 21.9, got 22. I guess setting it up a little higher does work. Just had opportunity 22.2. So what a super awesome bike. Does the JOB. And the water's been hanging on with no problems. Ready for when I need it. Got a couple of extra lights there. This one, if the bag wasn't there, obviously you'll be able to see that there. But even from the side profile, it's making you seen, or making me be seen. Can't really tell, but these tires have a reflective sidewall strip there. You see that white line? If the headlights were pointing towards it, that would light up. But pretty cool, pretty cool. Where are we at? 40 miles. I think we were at 20 miles before we started, or was it? Yeah, 30 miles. So I think it was 29 miles. So we've gone 11 miles just back and forth downtown here. There's the Detroit Princess that you often see in my videos. Detroit River, looking over at Windsor, Ontario, Canada. There's Caesar's Palace, the tallest structure there with the red sign. Over in beautiful Ontario, Windsor, Ontario, where my sons live. I'm standing outside of Cobo Hall, named after Mayor Cobo of the city of Detroit. But I should have a trip for 11.9 miles for this trip. That's called the People Mover. It's got a track that goes around downtown. Can't wait to get this thing on the street for actual commute. 21 miles or greater one way. 21 miles minimum, depending on how I choose to break up my commute. All right. I like this little archway with the little pulsating lights. So I just want to show you how effortless. I'm in a parking structure. If you've ever been in a parking structure, you know it's just all about the incline. All about the incline. I mean, there is no effort to go up this hill. It's constant hill. Pedaling ever so effortlessly. Pedal assist 3, gear 7 as always. Just with no effort at all. Up this incline. You know, if you were doing this on a regular bike, I'm on floor 6 now, going up to 9. There's no effort on this pedal assist. It's got some guys working up there on the roof there. 7th floor. No problemo. Only thing weird is just, again, because you got this effortless pedal assist. When I stop pedaling, you know, it's like it grabs, something grabs on the wheel and just tugs on it. It's just crazy. So, taking a little easy because, you know, in these garages, people have drainage, drips, and all kinds of stuff. Look, got up to the 9th floor without no effort. See, look up here. Nobody wants to park up here, so there's no oils or drips on this surface. But I'm gonna put this down before I start going down because it's gonna go down fast. Yeah. Gonna go downhill fast, and I don't want to be unsafe. Alright, so I'm back in the suite here after 14 miles. 14.5, I guess that's backwards. 14.2 miles. Let me switch it. So, great ride. It's a beautiful night, about 45, 48 degrees, somewhere around there. And the bike is just awesome. 14 miles, felt like I just walked around the block. So Can't beat that with a stick. 14.2 miles. You see it's just one bar is gone after all that. So speed 7 all the time, throttle quite a bit, mostly on pedal assist. 2 was most of the time today, and a couple times at 3, a couple times at 5 just to play around with it. But I went down to 0 when I was coming down from that roof on the in the garage. But yeah, I'm impressed with the battery. 14 miles and barely even took any of the battery off with a full charge this time around. You see I got reflective. This flashes on this phone, so you see my bag has reflections, my tires have reflections. See that? They're lit up like they're glowing. Pretty nice. I gotta do something about this light. This light there shines like up in the air, probably a little too much. So I have to figure out what to do with that to mount that in a better spot. I guess when I get this, if I get this little bar, you can put it mounts here and here and comes up and gives you a little another mounting spot. I can put my phone there, my GoPro camera, and maybe that light can go up there. So again, I think I can put that light there. So let's take a look at my water. Held up, you know, paper torn up, but quick inspection. Don't seem to be any splashes or dirt or any other unwanted things. Nice and cold. So, but that thing works great, just so you know. It's a regular bottle holder with a couple of Velcro straps, or you can even do the ties, those little plastic ties. Those work, but these obviously last a lot longer with the Velcro strips. Alright guys, until next time, I'll see you on the web.